Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zaria Wasid from BS Physics, and my topic of presentation is the splitting of water and production of hydrogen gas. I will try to explain each and everything related to a splitting of water and production of hydrogen gas in my presentation. Table of contents. Water, why to split water, method of water splitting and productions of hydrogen gas. Electrolysis, photoelectrochemical water splitting, working of photoelectrochemical water splitting, radiolysis, photocatalytic water splitting, photobiological water splitting, thermal decomposition of water, and last one is a nuclear thermal. First of all, I will try to explain water. Water is a simple chemical molecule made of two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen. Such as in this cube diagram, we can see that water is made up of oxygen and hydrogen. Water splitting is a process in which water is split into hydrogen and oxygen. Next one is a why to split water. Because 70% of earth is made of water and water is abundantly available, hydrogen fuels production has increased attention as oil and other non-renewable fuels become increasingly depleted and expensive, can be a key component of hydrogen economy. By using the process of the water splitting, the emissions of greenhouse gases can be reduced. Actually, carbon dioxide, water vapors, methane, ozone, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases. These are greenhouse gases. These gases absorb heat. They have a give impact by splitting of water. Such impact can be avoided. That's why water is splitted. Next one is electrolysis. Electrolysis is a promising options for the hydrogen productions for renewable resources. Electrolysis is a process of using electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. This reaction takes place in a unit called electrolyzer. Electrolyzers can range in size from small appliances size equipment that is well suited for small scale distributed hydrogen production to a large scale central production facilities that could be tied directly to renewable or other non-greenhouse gases emitted form of electricity production. Next one is a photoelectrochemical water splitting. In photoelectrochemical water splitting, hydrogen is produced from water using sunlight and specialized semiconductor called photoelectrochemical material, which use light energy to directly dissociate water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. This is a long-term technology pathway with the potential for long or no greenhouse gas emission. This is a diagram of photoelectrochemical water splitting. In electrode system, we use electrodes means anode and cathode. Then splitting of water occurs in the presence of sunlight produce oxygens and hydrogens. In particle system, photocatalyst slurry is used and hydrogen and oxygen gas is produced from water in the presence of sunlight. Next one is a working of photoelectrochemical water splitting. The photoelectrochemical water splitting process uses semiconductor materials used in the photoelectrochemicals process are similar to those used in photovoltaic solar electricity generation. But for photoelectrochemical applications, the semiconductor is immersed in water-based electrolyte, where sunlight energizes the water splitting process. Watch the laboratory scales demonstrations of this process performed at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. Photoelectrochemical reactors can be constructed in panel forms similar to photovoltaic panels, as electrode systems are a slurry based particle system. Each approach with its own advantages and challenges. To date, panel systems have been the most widely studied, owing to the similarities with established photovoltaic panel technologies. Next one is a radiolysis. Radiolysis is a dissociation of molecule by nuclear radiations. Water decomposed into its components, hydrogen and oxygen, by direct radiations from a nuclear reactor. The addition of a soluble boron compounds or boron containing particles to a mist, vapors, steam, or spray of water converts a neutron derived from the nuclear fusion reactions into a highly ionizing radiation, thus increasing the effectiveness of the decompositions and hydrogen gas yield. Next one is the photocatalytic water splitting. Photocatalytic water splitting is an artificial photosynthesis process with photocatalysis in a photoelectrochemical cells used for dissociation of water into its components. Hydrogen and oxygen used either artificial and natural light. Theoretically, only light energy means photons, water, and catalyst are needed. Means in this process, water, energy, photons, catalyst are important and necessary for the process. Hydrogen fuel production has gained increased attention as the public of global warming has grown. Methods such as photocatalytic water splitting are being investigated to produce hydrogen, a clean burning fuel. Photocatalytic water splitting has the simplicity of using catalyst and sunlight to produce hydrogen out of water. Next one is a photobiological water splitting. Photobiological water splitting involves the use of the sunlight and microorganisms such as green algae to split water into hydrogen. These microorganisms consume water and as a byproduct of their metabolic process generate hydrogen. Photobiological's productions of the hydrogen is considered to be one of the most promising technologies for replacing or complementing fossil fuels derived energy. This review focuses on the bioenergetic of the photobiologicals of hydrogen productions by various phototrophs, namely phosphorus, non-purple phosphorus, bacteria, green sulfur bacteria, cyanobacteria, and green algae. Next one is a thermal decomposition of water. In thermal decomposition, water molecules split into their atomic components, means hydrogen and oxygen. Let's suppose an example. At 200 degrees centigrade, about 3% of all water are dissociated into various combinations of hydrogen and oxygen atoms, mostly hydrogen, oxygens, and hydroxide. Other reactions products like H2O2 like HO2 remains minor. At very high temperatures of 3000 degrees centigrade, more than half of the water molecules are decomposed, but at ambient temperatures, only one molecules in 100 trillion dissociate by the effect of heat. Next one is a nuclear thermal. Nuclear power plants can produce hydrogen in a variety of methods that would greatly reduce the emissions while taking advantages of constant emissions. Thermal energy and electricity. Its reliability provides a single 1000 megawatt nuclear reactor could produce more than 2 lakhs tons of hydrogen each year. One side benefit of a nuclear reactor that produces both electricity and hydrogen is that it can shift the productions between two. For instance, the plant might produce electricity during the day and hydrogen at the night, matching its electrical generations profile to the daily variations in demand. If the hydrogens can be produced economically, These schemes would compete favorably with the existing grid energy storage scheme. Thank you.